Hi, today's vlog is brought to you from Allen third floor kitchen slash lounge. To the lounge.
All ready for this?
I know I'm the one who's been saying that we need to branch out, talk about more general things and not just our schedules, but I think I'm going to break my own rule, talk about them a little bit because my life has changed a lot because of them, even 2 weeks into the semester. If it makes you feel any better, next week I will talk about 2 books, A Small Place and Ways of Seeing. Yeah, because I wanted to last semester. I never got around to it. But on to this semester, right? I have 2 classes in the elementary school, which is really awesome. I like walking there every day and the building looks really nice and they have somewhat racist paintings that remind me of Parks and Rec a little bit. But it's nice to walk over there and feel youthful. Hold on, people are screaming. I'm just gonna talk over it, I think. English 205. The teacher, he isn't really about creative writing. It's all about, structure and everything, so that's kind of lame. He kind of looks like if Hollywood wanted to make a super good-looking Bill Gates type. So, I mean, if you're into that look, I am very into that look. Then the class is bearable. Rereading Harry Potter. I get asked a lot of questions about it. That's a class? What do you guys do? I really love Harry Potter. That's actually a class. That class is really exclusive. How'd you get into it? Is that even a class? Do they have any room in the class? Are you kidding me? Is that like just something you're making up or are you joking? Is that really a class? How are you so lucky? There's a class for that? Want to trade lives? But I mostly just say that, yeah, it is a class. It's work. You have to do reading journals. You have to do a group presentation. You have a pretty big final. My final paper is like 6 or 7 pages. You have to be consistent. I mean, I have to reread the whole series. It's over 4,000 pages. It's not simple. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Everyone is really eager to talk there. And I talked about the Socratic seminar type environment before, and it's just so nice. And I look out the window and there's a playground because we're at the elementary school. And I don't know, it's kind of like I'm getting that childhood experience that I kind of missed out on. But I have it in a way that I wouldn't have had as a kid because I didn't understand the complexities of the book like I spend so many hours doing now. And it's just the best of all worlds, really. Geologic disasters. It's science. Ben is in that class, which is nice, but the material isn't all that interesting. And it's sort of the science class for people that aren't good at science, like the communication major science, where you talk about the emotional effects of science. It isn't all that mentally stimulating. Geologic disasters lab. It's a lot of busy work. I think we'll look at rocks and stuff later, but for now it's just, here's a packet, do unit conversions. And I'm pretty good at tedious, mindless work, so it's alright, but it's essentially a study hall, which I kind of said to the teacher, but in a nicer way, but still it wasn't good. Didn't make me look like the most promising of students. Pleasure to have in class type student. Like the way I did that instead of that. It was cool. Electronic Media and Film Workshop, better known as KJAC. I worked at the radio station last semester, but this time around I think I'm going to be a little bit more ambitious and I'm going to try to get my own show on the air because last semester I just did the commercials and PSAs and sweepers, legal ID, stuff like that. Creative, but not that fun, not that impressive to talk about. I think it's impressive because I know about it, but other people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say I do sweepers. Plus, it would just be empowering to have my own station and have all the knobs and buttons. Knobs. Film as philosophy. That class is fantastic. I'm going to be talking about it more and more, but for now I'll basically say we're talking about philosophy viewed by films and films viewed by philosophy. So we're kind of raising the caliber, just exploring things for bigger than they are, more than the box office and more than their popularity. Because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we have only met once, and that class went by really fast. It's 2.5 hours, but when you're talking about things that are really enjoyable, it's quite easy. Plus, the teacher is really great. He kind of just goes with the flow, which is really cliche, but he sticks to what the class is interested in. Like if he starts with an example and people are like not interested, he kind of just moves on. And he's like, sorry I made you guys listen to that. I guess no one cares. But I think we all care. It's really Socratic. Everyone pretty much has something to say. There's always the kids, including myself, who want to talk a lot, and they have no problem raising their hand and throwing in their 2 cents. The biggest problem is getting other people to talk, but I think they will, because just the setup for everything is really open for interpretation, and interpretations that people can find easily and can express pretty freely. For that class, we watched different clips from several movies, just kind of getting out one theme. He cut the clips that are important to what we were going to discuss. And we talked about the Truman Show and kind of the restraints of religion and God and someone always taking care of you, and how you want to venture out of that, and how, it's important to get the same chances as everyone else. Even if you're sheltered and have more privilege, it means more to live life the way everyone else is living it. I mean, you make your own choices and everything, but it's not really right. It's unnatural to have your own physical world. Metaphoric, go for it. And then we also talked about signs, and kind of the other side of it, how it's nice to have someone looking out for you, and how people believe in God for reasons that are not what's the way to word this without sounding offensive, that aren't out of fear or dependency, and how your loneliness is fulfilled in a way that isn't necessary. It's just, it helps you have a happier life, and it's comforting, but not in a negative way. You don't shut out the rest of the world because you have this thing that you embrace, this deity, that gives you strength.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands!
Talk about Harry Potter.
Talk about Harry Potter.
It was really amazing, and I'm really excited to do more Harry Potter on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Caitlin. It's fun time.
Why are you giving a shout out like they're gonna be there? Oh, fun fact, I picked a zit as class was starting, and it started bleeding. It was the nerdiest start to the class.